I like Entry Point. I first played this game as a stupid little dumb baby back in 2019, and ever since then I've grown an attachment towards it. There's something about bashing my head against a wall until I finally get a perfect stealth run that just feels so satisfying, and this makes it one of the best, if not the best games on Roblox for me. So when Operators, a spiritual successor to Entry Point, was released all the way back in April of 2023, I was hyped for it. A new game set in the Entry Point universe that utilized an engine which made itself stand apart from its older brother sounded amazing to me, and as each new demo released I became more and more interested in seeing what the final product would end up like. This all changed however on the 2nd of March 2025, when an announcement was made that development on Operators would be postponed, and a new project would be created with the name Entry Point Freelancer's Cut. This game would feature remakes of the primary 8 Entry Point missions, which meant that any new Operators content would get pushed back for a year minimum. After I read this for the first time I was ready to create my own Entry Point mission with Sishauto being featured as Ryan Ross. But since I hadn't actually played the game for myself, I decided to hold off and wait until I had to form a more complete opinion. Now that the game has finally released, I can confidently say that I have no idea what the hell is going on. Maybe I'm still a stupid little dumb but seeing a 300 Robux price tag attached to this quote unquote game made me lose any semblance of hope I had for it. Sishauto mentioned in its announcement that it was essentially practice for Operators, and after playing the game, that's exactly what it is, so I don't know how you could think that it's a good idea to pay 300 Robux for it. This price is also bad enough until you realize that the game is actually on discount for the first week of its release, and after that weekend it's going to cost players 400 Robux, which equals about €5. Now I realize how stingy I might sound when I'm complaining about paying €5 for a game, but right now we are talking about Roblox. This is a platform where 99% of the games are free, and that rare 1% that you have to pay for is made to a very high standard. Taking this into account, it really is egregious charging people for a literal demo. If Sish wants to release Operators as a paid experience I don't mind, because at least it will be for a full game. Asking people to pay money for a demo though just seems greedy or poorly thought out. It's a shame as well because the game itself is really good, except Loud still sucks. It's essentially just the 3 Operators demos plus the safe house system that was in development all rolled into one Entry Point coated package. My favorite aspect of it is how many ways you can play a mission. If you look up a legend stealth run right now you'll be able to find a lot of different videos, but something you might notice is that even though they are all completing the same objectives, each person approaches and accomplishes them in a unique way. Obviously a meta might develop in the future, but being able to craft my own skill set and have it be viable actually makes me feel more invested in the game and my operator. It's a major improvement over Entry Point in my opinion. It still doesn't justify the price though. I know that I'm beating a dead horse at this point, but I really don't think this game was necessary. Sish stated that their reason for making the game was because side content and core mechanics still needed to be made. After playing Entry Point Freelancer's Cut though, I'm kind of confused by what they meant by this. I'm not 100% sure what they meant by side content, but the only pieces of content that I can think of off the top of my head that were an Entry Point and are missing from Operators are the weapon testing area and PvP. I'm not really confident in saying this was what they meant though, because both of these could be added after launch and aren't anywhere near being essential for the game's release, but I couldn't really think of anything else that would take them 6 to 12 months to implement. Their second reason was even more confusing though, because they said that new core mechanics needed to be added. Take what I say here with a grain of salt because I'm not a developer, but in most cases core mechanics are one of if not the first things developed when making a new game because they set a sort of foundation. With this in mind, I'm clueless as to why some new ones would just be getting added now, especially since 4 very polished demos have already been released. Without any clarity on what Sish was talking about here, I really just wish we got Operators instead. The Deposit remake demo showed me that the game is very polished, so I don't see how development on a first mission for operators could have taken longer than 6 months, and I really don't see how remaking 8 missions could be quicker than just working on operators. Each mission looks like it will take about 2 months to create. If the second mission, the Financier, releases in May, that means that this project will finish development in July of 2026, which is obviously a very long time to wait for operators to even begin development. It's disappointing that we won't see operators until after then, but Entry Point is still one of my favorite games on Roblox, so I'll probably just play that for the next 400 or so days of waiting. Anyways, I've said everything I wanted to say about Entry Point Freelancer's cut, so I guess this is my exit point. On a more serious note though, if you have any recommendations for what games I should play next or general improvements for my videos, please leave them in the comments below. You're always welcome to subscribe, and other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.